상자 속에 내 모습이 더는 두렵지 않은 tonight 가슴이 묻었단 말이 하얀 나비처럼 flying the love that feels so good 솔직한 내 모습까지 이해받지 못한데도 괜찮아 난 I love me Sugarcoat 따위 벗어 던진 날 네가 뭐라든지 just move 내 맘대로 나를 위한 춤을 추지 Don't sugarcoat me baby come Flex is overrated 투명한 저 달빛이 쏟아져도 자유로이 거울 속에 가둬둔 진짜 나답게 이제 wanted to 항상 바래왔던 change coming soon You know what 짜릿한 해방감 속 만나게 될 모든 날 사랑할 수밖에 없어 Turn it so bright Sugarcoat 따윈 필요 없지 난 그냥 나일 테니 just move 하는 대로 더 멋진 춤을 추지 Don't sugarcoat me baby come Wax is overrated 난 올라져 더 높이 누구보다 빛날 테니 Don't sugarcoat me baby 널 네가 뭐라든지 just move 내 맘대로 날 위한 춤을 추지 Don't sugarcoat me baby come Wax is overrated 투명한 저 달빛이 쏟아져도 자유로이
What the fuck did it tell you, baby, I'm toxic All this smoke in the air got you so nauseous I like it when you aggressive Baby, don't be so passive Ride for me till you never need no casket I know you never seen nothing like it I like it when you aggressive Baby, don't be so passive I stir it up cause you know I like it rough on your hands wrapped up around my neck You try to play it off like you ain't give a fuck I know the type of shit that you be playing cause I'm bad enough, I'm grown enough You got all the tools, you got all the tools That's why I'm never worried about what they been telling you I make a grown man cry but behave for you I heard you kill shit, boy, I got some shit for you Nah, nah, nah So when you get this, you should know just what to do Nah, nah, nah Fuck taking it slow, give it to me right I can't not leave you alone Because I don't want to wait anymore What the fuck did it tell you, baby, I'm toxic All this smoke in the air got you so nauseous I like it when you aggressive Baby, don't be so passive Ride for me till you never need no casket I know you never seen nothing like it I like it when you aggressive Baby, don't be so passive
Baby, you're toxic. Rumors ain't gossip, but them other bitches are not sick. Go and baby, and back it up and don't you stop it. Like an offended, baby, I'm just trying to cop it. Fuck your red light, oh, now I'm about to have it my way. You could have it my way. Fuck when I'm talking if you're looking at my side way. My way to you, I'm fading naughty on the highway. So be ready when I pull up in your driver like nah, nah, nah. Cause when you get this, you should know just what to do. Nah, nah, nah. Fuck taking it slow, give it to me like rewind, need the back, need you back again. Last time told me that I'm just a friend. That's fine, I'ma get you back again. Lay down, hit me up when you need a friend.
What the fuck did it tell you, baby, I'm toxic All this smoke in the air got you so nauseous I like it when you aggressive Baby, don't be so passive Ride for me till you never need no casket I know you never seen nothing like it I like it when you aggressive Baby, don't be so passive
Second track Woo. Tonight let's start a masquerade I'm coming over But nobody knows My little secret 모든 걸 보여주기엔 좀 이르잖니 I got to never talk, never tell When you feel it, come and get it 감당해봐 줄 쏠 때 너만의 good time forever. 미소 뒤에 숨긴 나의 villain 같은 vibe. 굳이 쓸데없는 얘긴 잘안 하는 type. For real. Huh? And later on the night 저 다음에 나를 홀로서 깊은 어둠조차 두렵지 않아 babe. When you feel it come and get it 이끌리지 너도 모르게 right. Yeah I could be there for you. Yeah I can be there. 어떤 날 상상했는지는 그렇게 내게 중요하지 않아. Yeah get this party started. Let's get it started. Nobody knows. Yeah, nobody knows 보이는데 좀 있는 good time. It's such a good time together. Yeah nobody knows. Yeah nobody knows 아무도 본 적 없는 dance in the shadows. 나만의 good time forever. Yeah what's good? Take your time, take your time, take your time, time. Let's flip that switch. I'm a wild, I'm a wild, wild, I'm a wild, wild, I'm a wild, wild, wild. Yeah what's good? Take your time, take your time, take your time, yeah. Let's flip that switch. Make it wild, make it wild.
Hello, chat. Welcome to a new age, a non-black hymn trap. I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyways, hi, chat. We are playing Stellar Blade. I said what I said. I am for sure finishing it. Damn, I did not know I made that many. Alright, but hello chat. Are you guys enjoying the Korean hip-hop chat? Hey. Alright chat. Let me lower this so I don't get DMCA'd. We're gonna continue playing Spunk. Hello, sir. How are you doing, sir? Hopefully you're doing well. Today, guys, tomorrow is a great day. You wanna know why? It's my grandfather's birthday, alright chat. So we're gonna go on ahead. You know, we gotta say happy birthday, guys. All right, can I get some happy birthdays in the chat? You know, he's a great man, strong man. You know, came from Philippines. Let's get a W Hintrap grandfather. All right. Anyways, chat. With that in mind, we are in fact playing, gooning, doing it all to celebrate. I feel so much better from yesterday, chat. When I tell you, I woke up and then I woke up at like. I woke up at like 2. I was like, what happened? My grandfather's Filipino. Well, you know, like, cause like it's my girlfriend's grandpa, but he's technically my grandpa. Do you see how that works? You know how that works? Like that works? Yeah. But yeah, I didn't wake up until like 2 p.m. I was like, what happened? I went to bed. As soon as I ended the stream, I immediately got on this bed and I said, you know what? I'm clocking out. It was 1 a.m. Chat. I guess I was tired. I don't know what happened. But yes, I have a Filipino grandfather. Yes, I do, and I only have, you know, he's my only one. Yes, so of course, chat. You guys have to say happy birthday, and it's happy birthday. Yes, I don't know how old he's turning, or maybe I can't say. And maybe it's one of the two. But you know what, chat? Honestly, you know what? Dang, you know. Oh, chat. Actually, you guys want to see something? So my father, he loves me so much. You know what he got me? He got me beard oil, chat. So now I'm gonna start looking like the rest of you guys. There's someone in this chat right now who just so happens to have like the greatest hygiene plan ever. So I think what I'm gonna do. Oh, I can just spray it on me, and it'll work. I didn't know I could just spray on beard oil and it just works. It smells good. But yes, chat. We are in fact playing. You guys know what we're playing, right, chat? We're playing the game. After I left, I passed out, but I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep, and I felt something weird though, like my chest hurts randomly. You gotta get that checked out, Tara. You got to, man. Hopefully you're doing well, man. I'm doing pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I've been today I was intermittent fasting. This game is much longer than I thought. Yeah, I know, right? I've been cooking through it. I'm not gonna lie. Where I don't know where I'm at right now. Actually, if you want to, Spunky, you can watch me play if you want. You know, you want to learn the Lord. You know. Actually, you know, let me smell some of this. Let me get this beard oil. Ooh, it smells a beard. Chat. As soon as I spray this, hold on, let's see. Do I have the? Oh, it's a gel. Oh, it's a gel. I didn't know it was a gel. Oh, I'm supposed to put this in my skin. Oh, my hands are all oily now, chat. Oh, the beard. Oh, I'm cooked. Oh, my beard. No. Why the fuck would you do that? I'm thinking it's like a spray on. You know, you just hold and you just spray like twice. Also, I looked up a video on all the collectible outfits, and my god, you mean Mr. Ton? Wait a minute, what are you talking about? Hold on, I'll show you how many outfits I have right now. Hold on. Let me pause my music. Let me pause the Korean hip hop for a second. You know, chat. If you guys want to, you know, you guys have to listen to some more some Korean hip hop. That's where it's at, guys. Hold on. Oh, my hands are all oily. I don't like my hands being oily unless I'm putting on Louis Vuitton. Yeah, someone you guys thought I was gonna say Louis dirty. Give me a second, chat. Hold on. I missed? How did I miss? Oh my gosh. Alrighty. Baby oil? Oh, heck no. Yeah. Alright, hold on. So, Spunk, you're saying I missed out on a bunch of outfits? Hold on. So, Spunk, have you, Actually, Spunk, he's been here for quite some time. He's a great man. So, Spunk, hold on. You're telling me I've missed out on... Hold on. This is what I have. This is the collection. This is actually such a pretty outfit. This is such a... Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. My grandfather would be so... He's like, what is my... So, these are all the ones I have so far. I think I have plenty... I think I have a lot. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 so far. Like 3 or 4. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, then I haven't missed that many. So here's the thing. Well, oh damn. You know, I was gonna say, let me go back. They should make a swimsuit. They do. They have plenty of swimsuits. I just haven't made any. You know what? Those are the ones I actually missed out on, because I was just like, oh, I can't go back. There's 74 in the game. Hold on, how many do I have? Hold on, let's see. Hold on, 1, 2. Well, I can't count this one because this was PC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, then 8, 9. No, then 9 and 10. I only have 10 outfits out of 74. I've got a lot of work to do then. Now, hairstyles. Now, I will say, all right, I will be honest. I only spent one on one hairstyle. I prefer this one. I got one in the desert, and dude, it's crazy Gunner. You're gonna have to show me. You're gonna have to show me. Personally, I like Eve's original haircut, but this one has been my favorite. The one with where she has the pin in her hair. This is my favorite one so far. This might be my favorite haircut and hairstyle in the game. Honestly, I think a lot of these are very well detailed. A lot of these, can I consider it Gooner? Like this one, okay, sure. If you want to say it's a Gooner, sure, fair enough. But a lot of the ones I have right now aren't inherently Gooner. I think that's the best way I can say it, if that really makes sense. But all right, you know what, chat, we're gonna go ahead and continue from yesterday. We were exploring this godforsaken. You're a lot. Don't piss me off. Come here. Yesterday we were exploring this beautiful place. Check Discord real quickly. All right, hold on. I'm checking via my phone. So wait, why can't he just do that? Why can't he just do that? You're the only boss in the game that does this, and it pisses me off. Hold on, let me see. Where do I get this? Where is this? I will say that is one thing I do want to collect are all of the what's it called? I really do think by the junkyard. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. I missed out on that. All right, hold on. You want to see it? Hold on. I'll show. It's not bad. You know, it's not too good. Yo, why did it show that? That's crazy. Oh, I mean, it's not like crazy or anything. Like this is the one. There's a secret boss that you have to beat for. Are you serious? There's a boss for this? I mean, it's not that bad. Well, actually, not kind of. This is insane. I mean, but there's a boss for it, dude. What? I'm over here trying to at least collect and do a bunch of stuff, and I just have not. This is unfortunate. But we're gonna go on ahead and we're gonna continue. Honestly, oh, also chat. If you guys didn't know, I have a second channel that goes that has all my VODs. So if you want to see, if you want to see the Stellar Blade content or Elden Ring content or anything, all of my other previous streams, they're all over there, excluding my excluding all of my anime content ones. Those are going to go up on my Patreon. I cannot believe I dodged that like the way that I did. Oh my god. Can I not get hit, please? Thank you. Damn. Hold on. I need my Are you serious? Whoa. Why am I Eve? Can we go down, Eve? Eve, can we go Eve, please let's go down. Thank you, Eve. Oh my goodness. A Skeeter Bog? There we go. Alright. Oh my gosh. I definitely gonna sink more hours in this game. Really? I told you this game isn't just surface level. This is a really... well, okay, I will say this. My only thing I don't like right now is, truth be told, the narrative. That's it. I think the game narratively is surface level at best, but I do like everything else. Crazy, I've never played this game before. It's a really fun game. Most people don't. Do I have to put a password? Oh, I have to do the breaching thing. All right, hold on, chat. Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fuck. There you go. Okay. Trying to finish more games. Well, you know what that starts with, guys? Finishing Final Fantasy 16. Finished Protocol recently and trying to beat Hollow Knight before Silksong. Oh, wait a minute. Are you gonna get Silksong? Because if you get Silksong, Spunk, I might play it on stream. For sure. Oh, perfect. I have a stream. Well, actually, well, I did say last time I want to take a little bit of a break from games. It's only like only $30. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I know that fucker's alive. Why does he do that? Die. Die. $30. Like, I don't know why he does this. Ooh, that was beautiful. I generally do love when people are like... I generally love when people say, like, this game is, like, surface level. Oh, no, man. The combat... I will say, I do actually... The one thing I will give this game, I enjoy the combat a lot. I kind of wish whenever the second one comes out, they need to really have, I will say, like, more options. I mean, I'm not going to sit and act like it's not, like, no, it's good. I like it a lot, but I do think that there's more to work with. You know, for a studio's first AAA game, I don't think there's a studio that's done better than Stellar Blade. I mean, there's certain things. Are you on normal? I have been on normal. I mean, I do want to switch. I was thinking of switching it over. I mean, because I'm breezing through the game. I'm gonna be honest. Thank you, Lily. I will say I have been kind of going through the game really quickly, a lot quicker than I thought. I'm on hard, and it's definitely a challenge. See, you know, I might switch. Yeah, you know, I might switch it over. Actually, I probably will. You know, I mean, because the one thing I do want. Let me try going over here. Honestly, I really have enjoyed this game. Like, Spunk, so can you confidently say that this game, even if it's at... has elements of Goon. It isn't bad inherently. Oh my god. Oh, I was about to go back in a second. Woo! Come on. I love this. Like, the combos for this game, the combat, I wouldn't be playing if I wasn't. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Whoa, 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 back up. Okay, oh, hell no. See, I don't want to... So, where are you in the game, Swung, before I start doing things? Because I do have... Oh, I do have some, would I say some spoilers? I kind of do. Great Desert? Never mind them. I can't, yeah, okay, I was going to use something, but I can't use it since you're, I don't mind, I just, oh, you do? Okay, hold on, let me lock in one. Who's next? I messed up. Why did I go that? Why did it put me that? Okay, I'm getting outranged. Can we not? Don't piss me off. Stay over there for a second. Yes, a rage mode. Yes. I wanted to save it for as a surprise, but you know, they needed to go. All right, you know, I'm gonna be honest. These monsters are kind of harder than they have been. Before, I've kind of had the ability to kind of just. Oh no. Okay, a lot of hack and slash games have a rage mode. That is true. Okay. I don't know why people keep calling this game specifically a Souls-like. There's nothing Souls-like about it. Like, I've heard, like, I was watching, like, a guy kind of review the game. Well, only a few bit of his review, because I thought a lot of the way he was reviewing the game was stupid. I just, like, I would say, could I consider it, like, a Souls-like? Like, I mean, I think certain elements do, but, like, I think this game is a born hack and slash. Like, this game is a hack and, like, a love letter. It feels like a love letter to hack and slash. Don't piss me off. All right. Woo! Beautiful. Thank you, Eve. The potion regen system and the fact that there's a save point that respawns monsters. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, because it is the same thing like in Elden Ring. Okay, fair enough. Please. Please. Yes, let me get the ambush. Thank God. Whoa! That's the Souls trademark. Yeah, you know what? Okay, you know what? If that's the case, then sure, I see it. I see why people say that. But other than that, you know, I think this game is like, can I say this game can stand on its own 2 feet? I do. I think the combat, oh my gosh. This combat is addictive. Like that is the one thing I will give Stellar Blade. I absolutely love the combat to this game. It's on. The hell am I doing here though? That's really that's the one thing I will say that this game I love a whole lot. Let me think here. I'm trying to think. Is there, because I don't know what part of the game I am, but a part of me believes that I might be towards the end of the game, only because they basically gave me a no point in return option. And so I'm a little afraid that I'm gonna miss out on some stuff, and I'm kind of nervous, but hopefully that's not the case. I mean, you know, hopefully this game's like over 20 hours long before, like, you know, no hate to Spider-Man, but I can't see myself. Oh, there what? Wait, I could just go. What mission are you on? I'm way further than you, Spunk. I'm way further than you. Right now, I am going up a space station. Like I'm past the Great Desert. Like when I say I'm past things, like like I said, every stream, I mean, besides yesterday's stream, I just was not feeling it yesterday. But I've been actively trying to get through this game. Like I think, oh, that was beautiful. Thank you. Like this is truth be told one thing I've been wanting to do. All right, which one is this? Hopefully it's a body core. If not, it's fine. Beta is not bad either. Okay, beta core, not bad, not bad. I need to level that up anyways. All right, my BE max is up. All right, what do we have right now? Oh, entire one. Oh wow. Okay. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. But yeah, no. Other than that, no. I've been So that is a crate. Oh, wait a damn minute. When I was trying to, and there's a robot over there. Oh, never mind. Do you want me to tell you? Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can tell me what mission you're on. Cause I'm actively I'm actively ahead of you, unless I would be surprised if you're not. Trust me, I've been I'd be very surprised if you're ahead of me. Now I mean how far you're in. Oh, I'm pretty far. No, I'm pretty. Yeah. I want you to tell me how far you are. No, because I'm right now I'm pretty far. I'm I want to say maybe third, fourth mission in the game. Maybe, but then again, I don't know because I don't know how long the game is. Can I open it? Oh no, I need to go to the. So why did I forget? I have to go to the central first. Then I can open up the gate. There we go. What? What's left? You're on the second left. I'm on the second to last mission? Are you serious? You're joking with me. No way. What? I just started. No. Don't do this to me, Stellar Blade. Are you serious? Dude, I don't even have all the costumes. What do you mean I'm almost done? Have you been doing side quests? I have. For any of the costume ones I've been doing. That's why I have most of the costumes I have that are activate all 4, but this one's active, is it not? Oh, I'm slow. Oh, it's just green. Oh, wait, what? Why did I? Okay, I don't know why I had that notion then. I've been doing I've done a few of the side quests. Some of them have been really depressing. Others, I've done a few, but the other. Oh, okay. I knew that. That's crazy. I'm on the second to last mission. Damn. This game better not be shorter. I need this at least to be 25 hours. Damn, no way I'm on the second to last mission. Are you serious? Alright, if that's the case, then I need shift up to go ahead and make the game, the second game 60 hours. Go on ahead. Oh, wow. This is the one thing I did see. Damn, those earrings, man. What the fuck is this thing? What game are you doing after this? I don't know yet. Damn, Eve just... I just would like to say that I think Eve might be the greatest... Whoa! Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. You're telling me I can, oh my god. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Oh my god. Woo! Okay, I'm getting my ass beat, but okay. Oh hell yeah! Jesus. Okay, wait, hold on. This is a really cool section. Oh my god. Where am I going, game? Okay, that's just not what I wanted. You know that. Woo! Oh, what the fuck? I thought I could do it that way. Okay. Oh. What the hell? How am I supposed to slow down? No way. Am I fighting on... Dude, what is this game? Huh? Oh my god! Oh, what the hell? Are you serious? Boss fight? Jesus. That's not the one I wanted. I wanted the other one. Well, I wasted that for no reason. Wait, this might be the coolest and most fucking sickest thing I've done. No, let me play that again. This is such a cool cutscene. Oh my god. No, they were cucking when they made. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. Damn. Oh my god. This game is so cool. Come on, fuck boy. Oh. Whoa. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Wow. Damn, I gotta forget. I don't have. Oh, okay. Hit that rage mode? I can. You are right. I forgot about that. Well then, you know what? Let me do that then. What the hell? So he just ran away? Dude, we're off to a great start. Oh my god. A break? I was ready for more. I was itching for more game. I don't know why that made me think of Final Fantasy VII. That was such a good cutscene. Listen, you have to survive. You must continue on for the sake of that child's life if you get understanding and get going. Dude, reading these notes are so sad. Like, I'm thinking legitimate people, like with legitimate issues, are like, damn. You can see that later. That game is, speaking of which, that game is way too long. You're playing Final Fantasy. You know how long most Final Fantasy games are? They're my favorite length. They're 50 to 60 hours. Okay. That's just main story. But it builds up. Okay, so these are how many do you have it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're 30% done? Yeah. That's how you know it's gonna be a good game. That's how you know it's a good game. Is when you're that far. Which one do I want to do? Judgment counter? I might do that one. Alright, that's the other side done. I need to go back and finish 7. 7's gonna be as long too. Let's see this. I'm practically done with that one, really. Okay. We can change it. Damn, that was such a good. Oh my god. It seemed different with the one. Really? That was such a good. Oh my god, that cutscene was so good. They weren't ordinary. I can't believe I'm on the second to last mission. What? Yes, its emotions won't be soft out just because of that. I'll tell you on Persona 3 Royal. I was testing to see if it was working. Intro's way different from like from PS3, P3P. I'm just so used to playing portable. That's my thing. Whoa. Before I begin, hold on. I need to do one thing. I don't have money. Shit. Very easy game to run. Yeah, I've noticed that. It did not cost as much as I thought it was going to. Alright, what are you about to say? I would say the only game I've ever struggled with playing has been Monster Hunter so far. Holden, take me with you. See, I can walk. I can't walk very fast, but please don't leave me. Holden, what are you doing? Hide. Oh. I think what makes it worse is that I know these guys were dying. Like, those were their last So I get to go up there. Space Logics Complex. Raw materials? Why would Mother Sphere need large materials for? Plasma? Only game I've ever struggled to match is Metro Exodus. Really? Maybe I gotta ride those? Or are we gonna shoot out at Eve? Yep, that's what I thought. Yep, look at me. Me and Eve, we're just one of mine. Actually, I'm actually starting to really like this this outfit. The fuck? The hell happened for like the last? Okay. All right, game. I see you. I just hadn't. Okay. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was at the. Woo. Okay, we're obviously ramping up some stuff because this is the most cutscenes we've had in the entire game. I don't know if we're good now. We've got no Adam. Well, I don't need his bitch ass. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. I just don't like him. What? Oh, do you want me to like hold it or something? I can. The security laser will protect us. It distinguishes humans from native BC. We're fine. Why is it turning red? Ooh. That's unfortunate. Imagine thinking you're safe and then all of a sudden, like, huh? Why is it not working? Can I make that? A part of me wants to try that. A part of me wants to try it. Thank you. I'm sorry. I want my crates. Woo! I want my crates. I need them, chat. Okay, I shouldn't have problems if I'm like right here. I don't think I will. Let's see. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Where am I supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? Nocturing. Maybe I'm supposed to jump it or something? Well, hold on. Are those open? No, none of those are open. So where am I supposed to go then? Huh? The question now is, where the fuck do I go? Okay, if I can't fight them. Oh, I see it now. See, this is why it's good to always just have this is why it's always good to have your stuff ready, chat. This is why. Oh my goodness. Let me walk over here. Now I see why they like to have their stuff yellow sometimes. Cause I would have never known to get up here. There we go. Come on, Eve. Whee! 1, 2. Yep, that's all we need. There we go. The systems. Sir, is that someone whistling? Who? Oh. Damn. You know, honestly, changing the song, not a bad idea. Oh my gosh, chat. It says it's 7 o'clock somewhere, chat. Nocturne. Should I run through this? I feel like I can. Announcement. What? Ooh, fuck off. I ran and everything. Hold on. So there's an announcement that. All right, you know, let me just go here, left. Let me stay right here. Chat, we're gaming. Okay, let me stay over here then. Chat, we're gaming. Lily, have you... Don't piss me off. Thank you, Lily. Chat, we're gaming. Oh, okay. So then it's 2 this way. All right. So I can't jump this. I have to just sit here. Okay. Chat, we're gaming. I thought I had it. Okay. Nope, you can go on ahead. Can I make that? Oh, I can. Okay. Is there anything up here? That'd be interesting if there isn't. Oh, there is. See, the chat, this is why you always gotta go with your gut. Anything over here? I think that's it. Okay. Well, then the question now is there anything above? Oh my gosh, I'm Batman. Oh, shoot. No. Could I shoot those? I don't know if I feel like I could. Hey, no, don't do this to me, please. Thank you. Where do I go from here? Over here? Okay. Which makes the most sense for me to go? They don't see me, right? Let's see here. Alright, hold on. Let's go, 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 go. Oh my goodness! Movie! Thank you. You know, I'm just gonna have to wait. I'm just gonna have to wait. I guess. I was not that. Wow, crazy. Jesus. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I'm back here again. Okay. Then it's left, right? Nope, it's right. How do you mess that up? Come on, Hentrap. Let's go. Lock him. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Can we... I actually want that, but no, I don't. I don't want that bad. Yes, I do. Chat lock in. Nice and easy. That there's no way I'm making that, right? Like, can I push that more left, maybe? Okay, I should be fine. Anything under? Okay, I can't go that way. Interesting. Oh, hey. Hey, no. Alright, now it's time to just go this way. You fall. Here we go. Hopefully it's like a body core, because I need one. Thank you to everyone who died. May your dreams pass on to me. Yes, another body core. That's what we need, chat. That's what we need. Alright, so how the frick am I going to do this? Ah, platform. My butt cheeks. My ass was so tight right there. Oh, okay. Damn, I could go. Are you serious? That's not my fault. Oh, they stopped. All processes will slowly be... Okay. Inspection delays? Okay, interesting. Boom. Boom. More VidCoin for me, please. Yummy. I love my VidCoin. The music in this game is so good. Chat, like, I cannot believe that this game has such high tier music. Like, I don't think there's a game besides Final Fantasy that has such good quality in its music. Is that crazy to say, chat? Yes, it is in chat. You guys are hating. I need more drawing points because I need to give my scanner up, please. All right, now let's see. Let's sit down. All right, and let's see. Oh.
어떻게 하셨죠? 맵 데이터를 뒤져보다가 깨달은 건데요. 대기권 밖으로 나가게 되면 콜로니 네트워크와 연결이 가능할지도 몰라요. 시도해볼 만한 가치는 있겠어요.
Legacies containing everyone's memories and the truth about the... Oh, we're doing what now? That would be crazy. Eve, I don't think we should do that. We'll have the entire colony after us. Like, oh, you took over. How long? Amazing vocals. What the fuck is this? What am I fighting, chat? What the hell is this? Oh my god. This thing's ugly. That thing is ugly. Chat, this is why I don't want dogs. You know, my girlfriend the other day... My girlfriend the other day was telling how she wanted to have a damn Doberman, chat. And I said, where the hell are we going to put a Doberman? She said, we'll put one in your at your house. So I was like, what? And she was like, you know what? Whenever we move in together, we'll just put one in your room. I said, do you not know how big those things are? I was like, they're bigger than me. She said, it's fine. Chat, you know how big Dobermans are? I can't stand Dobermans. Any dogs that are bigger than me, that's not happening. Dogs, I don't know how you dog lovers do it. They're so cute, they're so tiny, they don't hurt a fly. Mind you, friggin' parents, I'm sorry, Kane, I want to rest and let me be. If you stay with me, you'll miss the orbit elevator. You have to go to the colony. You deserve this. Please go. Oh. Damn, imagine, I want to see what this colony even looks like, because now I'm curious. Are people hyping it up? Imagine we get there and the colony's ass. Can't believe we're actually going to space. Yeah, do I really want to? Ooh, actually, you know what? Ooh, Let me in. Outfit. How many materials was that? Oh, hell yeah. I can make a new suit. I think that's at 36. We need new suits bad anyway, so it's fine. Oh my gosh. Please stop this. Why? Too many guns. Oh! Come on. Come on. Come on. Beautiful, perfect, amazing, exquisite, excelente. The music is fire, right, chat? Chat, W, I said W. Guys, I'm absolutely, I love, there's a ladder up here? Where? Oh, I see it. How the fuck did I manage to do that? There we go. This ambush mechanic is so fun. So addictive. Best thing to come out. Saying that as if I don't like this entire game as a whole. My only problem? Narrative. That's it. I think some parts are stronger than others. Oh my goodness. Alright, anything down there? No, okay. Just go ahead and... Thank you. What the hell? Woo! Chat word gaming. Beam. I hit my chin doing that. That actually hurt. Alright, where do we go? We go inside. Why is this on fire? What? I thought no one was here. Is there somebody here? Raphael's space in it. Wait, I thought that no one was here. Is someone here with me? Or am I here with them? Alright. I think I need to be at 5. I think we'll be at 5. Alright. Honestly, chat, the last 2 weeks, I've absolutely have just destroyed. Like, I think I've played nothing but this game, I think. It's such a fun game. We're gonna see chat. What the fuck? Oh. They comboed the shit out of me. Okay, so then I just have to run. Run and go, run and go, run and go. Well, hold on. Can I buy any more ammo, please? Yeah, we gotta... Hold on. We gotta do this a certain way. Fuck me. I'm out of everything. Move. Actually, helpful? What the fuck am I going to do about it? Alright, you know, let me think here. We gotta run. Yeah, because they obviously see me. Oh, there's a crate. Shit, I want that crate. Is it worth... Open this up. No, it's not gonna open up. Okay. Strange, but alright. Thank you. Alright, now where do I go from here? What the fuck? Are you serious? Right now? Yeah, no, fuck off. Woo! We're gonna die. I knew we were gonna die as soon as I could not not lock on. I knew we were gonna die. All right, fine. We'll fight. Come on, let's go. Because it's obvious. It's obvious that me fighting you right now is inherent because. Thank you. Come on, let's go. Okay, now heal. Thank you. Jesus. Go back. You know what? I don't got something for you. Don't piss me off. Thank you. Motherfucker, are you serious? Alright, let's go. Come on, please. That's exactly what I'm trying to do, game. Alright, run. So where's the crate? So the crate's obviously not over here. Chat, I'm sorry that I'm locked in. I have to be. Okay, let's continue. I have like no HP left, I just realized. Oh my goodness. Where do I go from here? Alright, this way we go, I guess. Ooh, there's a robot! Please, yes. Come here. No, I need you to die. Alright, a tumbler explosive model? Sure. Oh my god. And we're inside. You can't even come shoot me anymore. Claire, how's life at the colony? Are you lacking anything? I'm curious if you've met Mother. The situation on Earth isn't great. Headquarters is on the verge of annihilation. However, this is good news. We plan to start the orbit elevator tomorrow. It's a gamble, but we're willing to bet on. I'll see you soon. Oh, and then he just... Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, yes. That's what I need. Is that a robot over there? I see a robot. Oh. Alright. Come on. Come on. Woo! Alright, thank you for exploding. Orca Aerospace Company, the future is the sky. From orbit elevators to personal generators, from company drones to mega spaceships. Our goal is to be the leading aerospace pioneers from Earth to the farthest star in the space. Orca Aerosphere. Next ad plays in 3 seconds. Close. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's see. Do I have... I don't have enough. This is killing me. Alright, let's see. Holy shit. Raphael Space Center? Now, how the hell do we get up there? That's my question. Question is, how do we get up there? That's my question. Contamination spreading here as well. Of course, I'm not surprised. Well, I mean, I feel like I'm at the climax as it is. I feel like we're at the peak of the story right now. To the right, okay. Oh, but there's a human over here. I don't want to be a burden. Leave me here. I'll end up putting you in danger. I'm sorry I can't go with you. Terry. Oh, not Terry. Stop talking nonsense. I'll never leave you again. Whether we live or die together, run this until the end. Stop crying. Get up. We'll go up to the colony together. Okay. Dude, I'm thinking, like, how many, like, some of these people have been dead for, like, centuries. And, like, to know that they're actual, like, humans. Well, some are humans within the others are the Aeromatra. I think that's what I'm getting from this. Like, the Aeromatra. So, like, Eve isn't human. Like, I kind of thought that, but, like, I kind of got that narrative. There's not much ammo left. Not that bullets work well on these creeps. Comms are also bugged out. We have to go at a blind. Melee weapons work, but it's too dangerous to get close. How much longer can we hold out? And that's the passport. All right. Damn, there's a lot of people here. Like, hold on, give me a second, chat. Alright, chat, we're back. Oh my gosh. I had to take care of something. I'm so sorry. Alright, but we have returned. We are ready. We are learning. We are preparing for the inevitable. Alright. Actually, I'm really liking this like music in this area. It's good. Alright, so we're gonna read everything here. I'm sorry, chat, we have to. It was a pleasure serving you. I trust you to the rest of you, Commander. Let there be light to the future of mankind. Damn, this game is so fucking depressing. Like, oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Sorry, you know I've been saying that because it reminds me of a family member of mine. Chat, I'm so forgive me. Oh, there's another human over there, and there's crates. Why can't I go? I want crates. We arrived at the place where the heat source was detected. Something is wiggling and underneath the contamination. I'll get some samples back. Oh. Oh, I have a password right here. N-E-R. I hear that there's things on the other side of this. Let's begin. Oh my god. Oh, shut up. Just shut up. Don't say anything. Shh. I don't need anyone to hear me. Oh, too late. All right. Well, we gotta do the thing. Thank you. Gotta do the thing. I was expecting to do the thing, but we gotta do it. We gotta do the thing. Come on. I don't. Fake Gamer. Whoa, whoa. Fake Gamer is crazy, Reg. Fake Gamer is insane. Oh, excuse me. What do you mean, Fake Gamer? Also, excuse me. I'm so sorry for sneezing. Also, hi, Reg. How are you doing? What do you mean, Fake Gamer? I've been absolutely cooking at this game. Oh, shoot. I'm gonna die if I don't get up. Yeah, you don't even be gaming like that? What is that supposed to mean? That was on me. Like, I don't even know why I didn't dodge. What? Bro, what do you mean? I game more than Uni. That's what matters. I'm a real gamer more than Uni. Okay, cool. We gotta get this. You don't be gaming. Sounds about right. Hentrop don't be gaming. That sounds about right. This is bait. This was an orchestrated. This was an orchestrated bait. This was orchestrated bait. That's what this was. Why? I wanted to do the. Okay, nope. I gotta. Yeah, fuck this. Nope. All right, Tacky, please save me. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't care. Uni said he's better than you. Sure. Type of bait doesn't work on me. Not anymore. I'm like, yeah. No, that's okay. If Uni says he's better than me, then I guess he is. Ooh, thank you. He might be right. And you know what? If he is, that's great for him. Ooh, Jesus. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh. Uni barely even put 100 hours into Monster Hunter. So even if he had anything that, okay, can I please heal? Even if he had said anything, Buddy is a full-time fraud. Woo! Plus, Uni's been looking to get a job anyways. Buddy needs to go ahead and go for some burgers. Oh. Oh my god. Can I please see? Can I please see? Thank you. Gosh. I feel like I was dash dancing for a second. I don't got time for you. Sorry. Doing it the American way for a second. I had to piece them up, as they say, chat. Combat. Who else am I fighting? Oh, these things? Why? Why? Thank you. Are we done? Thank you. What? Hold on. Oh! Oh, am I... Am I high? What? Oh, I get it now. Okay, so I need... Oh, I'm on a timer! Oh my god. Please work. I did not realize I was on a timer. Please. Okay. That was a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to. But Zingo, Raj, how are you guys both doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well. I surprisingly am at like the end of Stellar Blade. Who would have thunk? Personally, just stroking it real. I was last night to you, so I understand. What's it called? But as of right now, you know, I'm just playing my favorite game of... Oh wow, you're just watching him stroke it real. Zingo, are you ready? Are you ready for the last episode of Gav? Wait, is this week the last episode of Gav? I think this is last week. I think this week is the last week for Gav. I can't believe Kamen Rider Gav it's over. This is sad. This is so sad. And then it'll be Zets. I don't think we can call it Zetsi anymore, man, but we gotta call it Zets at least. I haven't felt the touch of a woman in months, but you've been making money, so that's why. Alright, this center is a gateway to space built to commemorate the father of technology, innovation, and space development, Raf Marx. All of our employees strive to provide an experience worthy of his name. Customers who use the passengers service should first check the passenger's lift. You can easily then easily check through the kiosk. This center provides an all-in-one service from auto-checked bags. Auto-checked bags? What is this, airport? Oh my gosh. To security check-ins at check-in for any inconvenience or inquiries, please contact the nearest information desk. Our Iris type maids are also available. We strive to improve to provide our customers with a comfortable journey through space. Thank you for flying with us. Oh my gosh, thank you for flying me. You know a lot about airports, huh? Reg, well, I feel like that's supposed to sound like a disc. I do. I don't know why that sounds like a disc. I don't know why. It's a hunting ground. It's just a place for them. But weren't you just on a holiday for them to satisfy their hunger? We're not nothing but prey to them. It's over. Our faces still. Wait a minute. Where is it? I hear it. Where's the damn can? There it is. I hear it. Another one down for the books. A nectar apple. Thank you. I'm at 10 now. Woo! And you know what I don't have? I don't have money. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. Family holiday? Yeah, you know what? Traveling's always good to travel with family. You know? Never miss it for the world, you know, man? Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. Should I even? Buddy, are you serious? Yeah, don't piss me off. Okay. I'm gonna have to fucking do this. But it's fine. I haven't traveled in a while, so it's cool. Oh, there is Huh? What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. What the hell am I supposed to do there? Am I supposed to just let it happen? Wait, hold on. So I can't move. So what I'm guessing, I can't move off of it. Is that what I'm getting from this? Interesting. Okay. So then what? I'm supposed to just sit there for eternity? Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What am I supposed to do? If I jump, it's a problem. If I move, what am I supposed to do? Hold on, because this isn't making any damn sense. What am I supposed to do with this? What if I touch this? Okay. Oh. I don't know why I was making that so much more complicated. I'm like, is that one of... Oh, did that say black rose design? Okay, I'm a little interested. Motherfucker. This guy is just everywhere when I don't need him to. Can I investigate? Let's see what's here. We lost communication with the control unit. I think we were attacked. We have too many. We have to move now. It's too dangerous. Jesus, dude. Imagine that at your final moments, realizing you fucked up. Like, it's over. Like, you're cooked. Like, there's nothing you can do. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Ooh, gold. Boop. That's a lot of nano element. What the fuck are those things doing here? Are we serious? What? Dude, come on. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. But you know, I don't have any gun. I have nothing in my gun chamber at all. Come on. Work with me here. What? Are you serious? Just sucked it out of me? Alright, buddy. Come on. So the one thing I don't want to do, I don't want to fight them. I'm just gonna be honest. I can just move along, but there's an objective right there. I see it. Oh, I guess we're fighting. I guess we're fighting. Yep. I guess we're fighting. Beautiful. Well, the last guy, he kind of just killed himself. Okay, cool. I will, in fact, take this. Yes, this is what I was looking for. Who am I in combat with? Thank you. I was going to say, who am I in combat with? Thank you. My gosh. So what is this Black Rose? Depending on it, I might... Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can get 2 outfits? Oh, heck yeah. You know, I think I'll get one of the swimsuit ones finally. Did I? Crazy. That's... I don't even think I can even explain. Oh my god. Wait, this is actually so pretty. I'm a huge fan. Cinema. Four? That sounds like a lot. This is the only one left. The 3 were destroyed during the war. How do you... What? Thanks to this, the colony was able to transfer supplies for quite some time. Oh my gosh. That's a relief, but it could have been saved for the alpha. Damn. I actually like this outfit. Hold on. Wait a minute, chat. Is this how I'm going to rock out the rest of the game? I might have to. Unless there's, like, glasses. Damn. A soft luxury luster with a... Okay, this is such a cool dress. Anything else I have? I like it so far, but I gotta get the rest of the Cyber Bunny, the Daler Sailor. Yeah, all these have to get... Alright, but this one, I like this one a lot. This is so cute. It keeps rising, does it? Okay, well, you know, we should be okay. Okay. Well, let's go for it. Okay, where do I go now? There's just those. Yeah, this is such a cute outfit. I think this one's better than the other one. Oh, I'm fighting the fucker again, am I? Oh my gosh. Jesus. What? Well then, fight me then. The blade won't be alone for this one. Am I gonna get an upgrade? Alright, I'll match you. Let's go. Come on. Ooh, beautiful. Jesus. Oh my god. This is insane. Do I have any... Okay, I do have stuff left over. But... I've got nothing left. Okay, come on, let's go. What? Oh my god! Come on, man. I'm here for it. Oh my. Chat. I think I found my favorite boss in the game. Yeah, that's just not happening. Anything in here for my skills? I've got 2. Okay. Is there, you know what, survival? I'll do this one. We're done with survival. We're done with attack. Beta and bursts are the only things that I need to get done. Okay. But oh hell yeah. This is such a pretty outfit. The devs cooked. Devs cooked with each outfit in the game. Oh yeah, let's go. Ooh. All right, I messed up. That's all right. I don't have anything at all. All right. Whoa! Okay. Let's go. All right, and now we're on the second phase. You know, I matched you, buddy. Come on. Oh, I'm doing it wrong. Come on. Did I not heal? I literally healed. Come on, dude. Don't do that to me. Come on. Oh my god. Come on. Oh my god, I am so cracked up this game. Alright, come on. Damn it! Oh, I'm so close! Oh my god. Wow. Holy crap. I'm having fun. The game is doing things. It's doing things to me, chat. I wasn't ready for it. I didn't think the game could do it. I mean, the bosses so far, could I say they've been a little easy? A few have, but not to Valetos. Okay. What? He's dodging? Dude. Okay. I got a little too happy there. Oh my gosh. No, duh. They better not lower the difficulty. I'm liking this. I'm having fun. I do wish I had more ammo though. That's my only gripe right now. I thought I could dodge it. Oh, Jesus. Come on. Come on. Woo! No, I absolutely crushed him that first phase. I put him in the wall and I said, "Who's your daddy? Who's your..." No, I was right there. No. I said, "Who's he?" I was like, "You belong to me, buddy." I said, "You're Eve's toy." Was shanking the shit out of him, by the way. But then I got a little too happy. All right, should I dodge? I feel like I can dodge that. I gotta remember what my health is at. Okay, so I have to dodge that move. There's nothing I can... Okay, that move I have to dodge. I have to dodge that move. Okay. So I have to dodge it. Okay, cool. So as soon as I do that, we'll be fine. Did I not? Okay. Dude, what the hell? First phase isn't difficult, I would say. It's a matter of just... No, I literally raptured. What are we talking about? Okay, you know, maybe I need to go get some, I know what I need. Uh-oh. I think we're having problems, chat. Wow, okay. Oh, I just wasn't expecting. I was not expecting everyone and their mother to get on me. There we go. Come on. There we go. Come on. Oh my goodness. Everyone, we fought well. Do not be sad. We'll die for mankind. What kind? Oh, excuse me. What death could be more glorious? Don't piss me off. Drone material. Now that's something we do need. Or something we can't even use right now. Damn. But you know what? It's fine. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. Attaches a can detector to the... Oh, I did not know. Oh, that's actually so good. Yeah, before I even go in, I just want to at least have this. And then from there, I'm going to go back to my skills for a second, because that's something that we obviously need badly. And then we'll go from there. I wish I could sell stuff, though. Probably be a better feature right now. So attack, survival, and then... What's tacky stuff? Where's tacky? No, tacky. Tacky mode. I feel like I have everything. I'm missing one? I did not know that. Yes, what is it? X, Y, and then A. Oh, that's the one I have. Or is that the one that I don't have? Well, that's fine. Either way. Let's just get back in here. And let's just do it the right way. Come on. Alright, let's go. Back up. Take one. Ooh, okay. Let's begin. Come on. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Woo! Okay. I'm gonna die if I don't stop doing that. Come on. Come on. Jesus, are you serious? Switch. Yeah, this one. Almost instantly. Damn, this is a hard fight. Wait, what the hell? Oh my god. I still want to keep tacky mode at least. Because if I keep that, then we'll be fine. Come on. Okay, the one time I get everything but that. Damn, I wish I had my stuff. Oh, I was trying to move. Oh my god. I was trying to move. Okay, wow. This is getting a little crazy. Okay. I'm guessing we got some we've got some work to do. All right, you know what? Maybe I need to go ahead. Max shield 300. Do I have anything else? I can recover HP. You know, melee reduction. That's probably my best one. Burst charge, and then upon that one's actually kind of insane. Yes, middle ice summer. Is there anything else I have? Oh, excuse me. Critic stage is pretty good. Increase damage. Then this one's what? Range attack. I don't have range attack right now, so we're gonna have to camouflage restores 15 upon a successful execution. We'll go from there. All right, let's see. Let's begin. I really wonder why I can never get that. Buddy, yeah, I'm not fucking around now. Ooh. Come on. Please. Oh, that was perfect, actually. Can't let you go. I'm sorry, man. You gotta die. I'm sorry, man. You gotta go now. Alright. Phase 2, let's go. Let's begin. Let's go. Come on. I made sure to block, but alright, that's fine. One. Oh, he's stuck. Alright, let's go. Now this is the one that I'm going to Perfect. Let's go. Oh my god. It's like he's putting out all the stops that I have. Everything I have just will not. Whoa! Ooh! Okay, that was so cool. That's the best way to finish that. Ooh! Oh my god. Woo! Jesus, almost fried her hand and all. Oh my god. Melted that man.
이 정도일 줄은 몰랐어. 그런데 팔의 감각이 이상해. 바디셀이 과부하 상태예요. 드론도 불안정하고요. 이제 오버차지는 무리인 거야? 아마 한두 번이 한계일 거예요.
Oh my god.
좀 아껴둘 필요가 있겠어.
I just found out I was not playing on the actual right category. Holy bow. Oh, I missed an elite? Hold on, I'm about to read all of its details in a second. Cause holy crap. That was probably my favorite boss fight so far. That was so good. Oh my god. That was so much fun. Holy crap. Come on. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and upgrade it. Oh, chat, you know what? I don't know why I'm hungry all of a sudden. Uh-oh. I might have to go eat in this soon. All right, sit down. Good job, Eve. Oh my gosh. I will not lie. Damn, this Black Rose is such a cool, like, outfit. Yeah, no, the dev team cooked hard with a lot of their designs. Oh yeah, I was reading it. Hold on, let me read this. Data bank. Yeah, buddy, I'm sorry. Oh, we're almost done. 36 out of 12. What? All right, so Bell, one Oryx Accuracy's company's Bell-type droid is a flagship combat robot featuring overwhelming maneuvering, superb defense, and state-of-the-art AI. It has served as a sword of humanity on the battlefield. However, after being abandoned and forgotten among the rotting Nightspeed's corpses, Belia, contaminated in rage and hatred, rose again as an unrecognizable bastardization of its former self. A demon-like Nightspeed, just like its name, has a tremendous HP. Oh my god. Jesus. So that means I missed one of them. Interesting. I wonder where I missed it. Cargo lift 12. Okay. That was such a fun fight. Aww. Oh, I have 4 skill points. Maybe I should probably use them before we leave. Because I don't think we'll have another chance after this chat. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, let's go on ahead. Okay. Reduce the energy. All right. Burst. I normally use this one. I try to use, yeah, this one's also really good. Attack speed's not bad. And then, do I have any coins? Any coin? Alright. Now let's begin, chat. We are off to go save the world. Let us begin. Well, save the world, I don't know about that. But we are off to go do things.
이제 진짜 우주로 가네요.
I was gonna say, are we really? Like,
통로를 따라가면 화물용 엘리베이터가 기다리고 있을 거예요.
okay.
저기 보여. 운행에는 문제 없는 거지?
기록에 따르면
According, the last trip was 173 days ago.
하고 있었는지
However, I cannot find who exactly that is. 173 days ago.
중요한 건 작동 여부야.
Whatever, what matters is if it works or not. That's all I need to know. Okay, fair enough. Oh, there is something down here. Okay. Cargo lift.
시스템 패킹 완료. 자, 출발합니다. 센트럴코어에 도착할 때까지 기다리는 일만 남았고요.
Whoa.
중간에 멈추는 돌발 상황만 없다면 말이죠.
Now, Lily,
동안 주변에 조사해 볼까요?
I will.
출구부터 파악해줘. 별일 없었으면 좋겠네.
Now, will it locate in real time? That I don't even know. But what I am going to do is make sure that I have myself ready. So for when this bad boy stops, whenever there might be. Because I did not think we were going to go to space this way. Holy crap. Can we, Yeah, man, I'm sorry. You gotta go. Woo! I've got my things, my expansion model. Okay, where do I go?
2층과 연결된 통로는 여기 하나뿐이에요. 어쩌죠? 접근 권한이 있어야만 열 수가 있어요.
이 문을 열 단서를 찾아보자.
Hold on, so how should I even get out down there? Nothing else is working. Let's try something. I mean, there's obviously something over here that I've yet to look at. Another crate. Ooh. And even more. And more.
리전으로 추정되는 반응이 있어요.
A legion? Literally where, Lily? Friggin' where? Oh, back there. Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. I'm just like, where? Alright, let me put you... Turn left a little bit. Oh, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, that's one down. I just need all that to go for a second. I need this to go as well. Then I need you to go over here. Oh god. Come on. Come on. Maybe I can get there. Oh, I can. Oh, there was somebody here? Aw. Everyone, they all died. I'm the only one left. I'm exhausted. I want to rest. Aw.
접근 권한이 있어요.
It's the credentials. Oh, that's so sad. That's so friggin' sad. Dude's over here.
무슨 일이지?
원인 파악해 볼게요.
People were about to start coming in.
상부의 침식률이 군체가 경로를 막고 있어요.
What? How am I supposed to deal with that? Why did she hit? Eva's so sassy. Alright, well then I guess we'll try. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm not crazy. I can do that. Come on now. Come on now. Woo! I was close, but I did not fold under the pressure. This is such a... Oh my goodness. Alright. Thank you for all the extra polymeraries, guys. I need so many of those. Alright, let's begin. Alright, outside we go, I guess. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. That's embarrassing. I thought I was going the right way, Chad. I'm gonna be honest. More Bitcoin. Thank you. No, I gotta go outside. Find clues to access. I've already done that game. Come on. I have the access and everything. It's just a matter of getting up there. That's all. Game. It's alright. I know what I'm doing. Here it is. Got the credentials and all. Oh, hell no. Yeah, I'm putting an end to this shit now. I guess we gotta go this way. Oh, wow. Go, hesitate, and we're all dead. There's a passenger elevator just a bit further on. I'll try to buy some time, get out, and move the colony. Oh, wow. And he died. And honestly, where we are right now, I can't blame him for dying. Because what the hell do you mean? Oh, you're a different color. You're a different color. Like, oh, you're just robotic. Why? Oh my gosh. I was not expecting this. Okay. Are we good? Alright, no, yep, there we go. Okay. A mock hive? Oh, now you guys all have different variations. There we go. Come on. A lump. Strange. Interesting. This is very unique. I mean, because now, what? Oh, there's another one over here? And a tentacle? Something terrible is blocking the way for it? Yes, I do see that, Lily. I kind of thought you guys would have acted a little bit. Okay. No, you don't want to. No? It's like you're just blocking something for the sake of blocking it. Okay. Alright, this way we go, I guess. I'm reminded of a classic movie with a man eating shark. That shark smelled blood and devours humans. The same goes for nature bees. They'll find us with the smell. Legion. Ooh, oh. Wait, so you're telling me that the Legion smells different because they're a different specimen? Interesting. Contamination didn't start from the bottom, it came from the top. Traces of contamination have been reported in the high orb station. That then leads the central core. What? Yeah, buddy, I already see you. Don't do it again. Oh my gosh. Nico, did you know there's a garden in the prestigious lounge with the flowers and trees? It reminds me of the garden we used to play with when we were younger. It's like an echo of a memory. Very sad. Very sad thing. Oh, John? John. I feel bad for John. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Goodness graciousness. Come on. Oh my god. I'm not dying. Come on, let's not. Back up. Back up. Back up. I need you to go ahead and back up for me. Come on. Woo. I even tried, but of course it did not go through the way I wanted it to. There you go. Down and out for the count. Goodness graciousness, thank you. Oh, he was stuck in there? John, you're alive, thank goodness. We can celebrate later. I know a way to the passengers elevator. Everything will be alright. Yeah, and yeah, John, he didn't make it. Hell, he's right there, and I'm looking right at him, and he died with you. Some real depressing stuff right there, guys. There we go. Hold on, was there something back there I saw? Oh, there was a crate. How come I just did not notice that before? I don't know why. Alright. So, I guess the best way to get it going, this is central core. Okay, so we have to go up here. Or, hold on. Oh, okay. There we go. Goodness graciousness. Alright. Ooh, gold chests. More polymer, yes. I need more of my materials, yes. My advanced things. There we go. Alright, now we can go in here. Or not? I gotta go up one more. Okay. So we shouldn't have issues. Or how bad how is it looking? Oh wow. Maintenance sector? Dude, I've got, hold on, can I go back please? This is unfortunate. Oh. Come on, please. Come on, please. What am I supposed to do there? Come on, let's go. Thank you. Goodness graciousness. That was a horrible, horrible idea. What was I thinking? Thinking of just charging it up. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god. How am I? Oh, I'm supposed to go this way? I'm not gonna lie. I did that and that was pretty cool, chat. Right? No. Got it. I love how every time I take a break, I'm just like, oh, okay, you know what? Very calming music, and then I'm just like right back into the action.
정비용 드론이에요. 덕분에 여기가 작동하고 있었던 것 같아요.
Alright. Let's go up. Whee! Alright, thank you.
막다른 길이에요.
Uh, Hold on, I just need this. You know what, chat? I'm all of a sudden really hungry. I'm not liking that. I wasn't like that before. Oh! Okay. I just was not expecting it to... Oh my god, how far am I? Okay, thank you. Holy crap. Oh, I need to hang for a bit. Okay. And then I get back up. Go up. I don't know why it says let go. Come on now. But there could be something over here. Test. All right. Come on. Oh, there is something over here. Yeah, buddy. I'm more of a scavenger. I'm sorry. You give me the opportunity to like, oh, okay, maybe there's something over here. If you just keep looking, I'm gonna be like, yes. I need. Whatever it is, I need. Ooh, it's a gold one. I've hunted your com before. You balloon. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. I almost just fell down. Actually, can I? Oh, I can. I didn't even know I could do that. Oh, wow. See, chat, you learn something new every day. Whee! Alright. Now that we're in here. There we go. Now he's dead. Wow. Okay. Let's go again. No. Okay. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Alright, well, I always have to get in a bit closer, and then what? Shoot! Oh my god, chat. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry. You gave me a double jump. You think I'm not gonna abuse it? Come on, is it called a double jump, chat? Oh my gosh. If I could, I would just mow them down. Oh. Come on. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Woo! Oh, heck yeah. What? Where do I... Oh. This is where I go? Okay. What? Are you serious? I'm literally jumping for it. Come on now, game. Alright, come on.
승객용 엘리베이터와 이어지는 길을 못 찾겠어요. 어쩌죠?
걱정 마. 조금 전 내려앉은 엘리베이터가 다리가
As a makeshift bread. Oh, well, yeah, actually, she's not wrong. We can. What? Okay, let's try that again. I mean, I don't know why it's taking me 3 times the charm, but okay. All right, that's one. You know what, chat? That's what I'm craving nuggets now. I don't know why. And we have some downstairs. No, don't do this to me. Okay. Now we must serve cunt this way. Okay. Whoa, Eve. I don't know why you thought this was such a good idea. Oh my god. What's the cameraman doing? I'll follow you, Eve, for dramatic effect. We gotta get to that door. Come on, let's go. What the hell? Come on. Are we gonna jump? Okay. Really? Alright, game. So I'm guessing where we has if it's not one thing, it's another. Real. So alright, so we can't go back now. Alright, cool. Which is fine. It's not like I wanted to go back anyways. Come on. Completely, yep. Okay. They turned their back and everything. I'm actually kind of upset. Come on. Got him to shut up. And now, I just shoot him. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Absolutely Order 66 execution. Oh my gosh. Beautiful gameplay. Not stopping for anything or anybody. Oh, I really could have gone that other way. Okay. So I guess this is how we get up. All right, cool. All right. Passenger lift 161.
어서 오세요, 주인님.
Iricia? Who?
오르카 항공에 돌아오신 것을 환영합니다. 저는
Oh my gosh.
룸의 안내를 맡고 있는 메이드.
I'm the guide for the VIP room. Can we get eat?
현재 시설 전역에
As a code has been issued, the facility. Okay.
여객 시설의 운행이 중지되었습니다.
Oh.
주인님께선 안전한 리프트 내에서 잠시만 기다려
Until
주시기
everything is safe. Well, then thank you. Arisia. How do I say name? Iris. It's Arisa. Arisia? I don't know how to say it, but okay.
메이드 타입 인간인가? 아리사라고 했지? 언제까지 기다려야 하는 거야? 현재 코드 레드로 인해 시설의 운행이
Type human? Oh, well, I can see why they're saying that.
리프트 내에서 기다려 주시기 바랍니다.
Okay.
바쁜데 뭐라는 거야?
Issue. Keep talking while I'm trying. Okay. Ooh, can I?
코드 레드가
잠시만요.
해제되었습니다.
Code red has been deactivated.
프레스티지
Oh, wow.
라운지 리프트 P161편의 운행을 재개하겠습니다.
Wow.
승객 여러분께 불편을 끼쳐드려 대단히 죄송합니다.
Wow.
여객 리프트는 32개의
Contains of 32 independent room models,
각 모듈은 승객 여러분의 안락한
4 separate rooms of living space. So all that all. Oh my God. Where is it? That's not what I wanted.
잠시만 기다려 주십시오.
Oh, I guess I follow her. This is like probably my second favorite outfit. No, third.
대기하고 있겠습니다, 주인님.
Oh, here? Oh, that's just not it.
2층 출입 품무를 개방합니다.
Thank you, Aziria. So this I gotta see. What's over here?
2층
There's a third. Oh my god. Oh, this is crazy.
이곳엔 안락한 침실 및 가족 휴식 공간이 마련되어 있습니다.
In here? Dude, I don't see a single soul, but you know what? I believe her. Give the tour. I don't even think we're moving.
뒤쪽 차폐 스크린을 개방하면 바깥 풍경을 감상하실 수 있습니다.
The real shield. I can?
아리사, 차폐 스크린을 열어줘.
Oh my god. Oh, this is what she's talking about.
스크린 개방합니다.
Let me see this. Wow.
대단해요. 이런 풍경이 처음 봐요.
I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty.
모든 게 다 처음이지.
Well, we're new to. Yeah, she is right. You guys are pretty much new to everything. Damn. Oh, she's opening up.
3층
How many floors are this?
통로가 개방되었습니다.
Okay.
편안한 여행이 되시길 바랍니다.
You have a most comfortable trip. So then what? I want to know what the last floor is now. This looks quite well. There's a fourth floor. Didn't she say there was 32?
3층은
Dude, what the hell? We can't even get your break? You serious? She was a good robot, unlike you guys. We don't take kindly to you people. I can't believe it. You guys killed her. You heathens, you demons. Come on. There we go. Can we come and save her, please? Wow, I can't even go save her.
심각한 파손 발생. 복구 불가.
Dude,
천장에 비치된
use the mirror.
이상 로프를 게시해 대피하시길 바랍니다.
Dude, what?
주인님을 모실 수 있어.
I've only known her for like 3 minutes. Are you serious?
가십시오.
Damn, man. Now ending guidance? Dude, what?
고마웠어, 아리사.
Arisa. That's a pretty name. Arisa. Arisa. Damn, man. Dude, what the fuck? I don't get a single damn break, huh? So the fourth floor was just absolutely shitty. That's what I've gotten from this. It's absolutely empty in him.
오늘도 오르카 항공을 이용해 주셔서
Thank you for choosing the Orco Aerosphere and have a nice day. Damn, man. Not Arisa, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, what is this? Another body core, maybe? Or is this a beta core? Hopefully body, because I do need some more health. Beta. Okay. You know what? That's fine. I just really want to know how this contamination really came to be.
여긴 또 분위기가
Prestige Lounge?
릴리, 다음 교육
Oh my god.
통로를 따라가면 뒤쪽으로 갈아타는 엘리베이터가 있어요. 알겠어.
Come on. I was not expecting that. Okay. Come on. Please. Come on, man. We're right there. Thank you.
여기서 왼쪽 길이에요.
I need to get all Asian and Japanese inspired all of a sudden. I feel like I'm at the Shogunat's palace or something. You serious? Oh my god. Come on. Woo! Chat, I'm locked in. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very locked in. Come on. Woo! I still gotta deal with this fucker. Okay, fine. Don't call calling for help. Oh, perfect. Well, hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's happening over here?
아이고고, 이제 앉을 수 있겠네요. 난 이미 앉아 있지만.
Yeah, you don't gotta do shit, Lily.
멜건 상태를 좀 체크해 볼까? 네.
Okay. So I'm gonna be honest, chat. I think we're
부스터,
damn two. Okay.
센서 모두 이상 없고요.
What the hell is that thing?
강력 과부하만 조심하면 되겠네요.
Oh my god. What is that thing?
무슨 일이에요? 뭔가 있는 것 같았어.
Look now, Lily. Why would you even go over there, knowing damn well the thing could just grab? Well, she doesn't know that. Well, let me act.
아무 시그널도 없었는데.
I don't even blame her. You know, that is kind of cool. It kind of was just like, oh. I don't even have enough for it. Are you kidding me? All right, now we can sit. Thank you.
릴리, 아담에게서 소식은 없어?
He will never be it.
아직까지는요. 슬슬 걱정되네요.
Nothing's happening with Adam.
별일 아니었으면 좋겠지만 콜로니와 네트워크 연결 상태는 어때?
Probably bad.
아직은 잡히는 게 없어요.
Sounds about right.
더 높이 올라가면 확실히 알 수 있을 거예요.
Alrighty, you know what, chat?
그래.
It's almost
어차피
12.
가야 되니까. 충분히 쉬었으니 이제 갈까?
I think we're almost at another boss fight, but with that, chat, I think we're gonna actually pause here. Ooh, since this is here, yeah, I think we're at the next boss fight. But as of right now, I am pretty hungry, and I wouldn't mind taking it easy for the night since it is 11. But with that, chat, hopefully you got. Oh, what does it look like? Oh my gosh, it's pretty. Actually, I actually prefer the other one. But all right, chat. With that in mind, I am going to go on ahead and I'm going to go ahead and eat. Oh, we officially collected all 12. But that means we're missing only one more Nate to beat. This is wow. But with that, chat, I'm going to go on ahead and I will end stream. I hope all of you guys enjoyed today's stream. I had a lot of fun today. Like, holy crap. Like, who knew that this could be such a fun game? Honestly, lip boss fight and everything. But with that, chat, I'm going to go on ahead. I'm going to end stream. Hope you guys all had a great day, night. And I'll see all of you guys tomorrow for another stream. Bye, guys. I'll see you guys later. You guys stay safe. Peace.